Alright, how's it going everybody, and welcome to Modern Warfare 2. Earlier I recorded a Season 1 review. Now it's time to look at Warzone. Warzone was freshly added with this game in two forms. We have the beta for DMZ, which I'll be looking at first, and then we'll be looking at the Battle Royale. Actually, no, we'll do that the opposite way. So now we're moving on to Warzone 2.0. Warzone's gone through a couple of iterations to this point, but it's all been under the same Warzone, technically. Warzone loadouts are hopefully different. Yes, they are. So Warzone loadouts are separated. This was a big issue I had with Warzone early on in Modern Warfare's existence, was that they were not different. So they create a couple of loadouts for you to use based on what they think would make sense. And I'm curious to see how this actually differs, because I'm not very familiar with new Warzone. Go ahead and find Connor. I already covered the new Battle Pass as well. Covered most of this. I don't suspect that will be any different. But, so we've got quads and duos. We have solos, right? That would be third-person Battle Royale trios, unhinged Battle Royale trios, recruit enemies and expand your squad, loot the kill, last squad standing wins. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Okay, so we do have BR solos. So Warzone was added, for those unaware, in spring of I believe it was spring. I believe it was with Season 3. Warzone was introduced as a Battle Royale extension of Modern Warfare. With that engine piggybacking off of the success of PUBG and Fortnite at the time, and Apex. Rebounding off of the previous iteration in the form of Blackout, which was much more similar to those, whereas Warzone was much more individual. Warzone is pretty innovative for its time. It changed a lot of things about the way that battle royales were typically played, and became extremely popular. So I am curious as to exactly how that will change with this new Warzone. Obviously things are going to be fairly similar. Oh, but we saw a change when Cold War was released. They updated the map to basically bring it back to the 80s, back in time to the 80s, and introduced the Modern Warfare, or the Black Ops Cold War weapons, and, you know, things like that. And now we're seeing, and then they did it again with Vanguard, completely new map, Caldera, which people generally didn't care for. A lot of Warzone content kind of died out, just like how the game really wasn't cared for all that much. So they decided to make a whole new one, and I'm sure Treyarch's next game will be the same. And I'm not sure if they're actually releasing a Sledgehammer game next, again. So anyway, let's hop into Warzone and see how it's changed from 1.0. I assume it's going to be pretty stark, seeing as they're choosing to do Warzone 2.0. Instead of just kind of starting fresh and continuing to call it Warzone, but just getting rid of the Modern Warfare 1, Cold War, and Vanguard weapons. I really didn't play a whole lot of Vanguard Warzone. I played it decently often during its early tenure with Modern Warfare, or late tenure with Modern Warfare, and I played a little bit during its time as Cold War. Excuse me. It's Cold War Warzone, but I really haven't gotten down and dirty with Warzone much. I think I've played Caldera Warzone like maybe 2 or 3, maybe 2 separate occasions. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how this has changed. We got a brand new map, which seems, if I remember correctly, it seems Middle Eastern in nature, which is something of a given for Modern Warfare. The last one was Russian in nature. Then the next one was still Russian. The next one was Pacific Theater, so it was like Japanese area. And now this one is... So I'm curious as to what Warzone is like actually going back to Modern Warfare 2019. Because I'm going to assume the Warzone 2.0 is a separate game. Like on the shop and stuff, in the store. So I'm going to assume that you can still play it. What I would like is if they reintroduced the old maps, so Verdansk 1 and Verdansk 2, as well as Caldera. But what's more likely is either they kept this Caldera and changed nothing, or they just stuck with, or they just eliminated it as a service altogether, which is also possible, if not likely. So anyway, we'll see how this goes.
Warm up while you can.
I'm curious. Okay. This looks a lot like the desert map from PUBG that I do not remember the name of.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Here we have a pretty run-of-the-mill M4 to use here. Not nearly enough, let me tell you. Loadout drop is not terribly useful if you don't have any real loadouts.
Preparation is done. Now you deploy to the war zone.
Reminds me a lot of that cave map from Modern Warfare 1 though so far. Same, okay, not quite the same intro at least. Ooh. Obviously they had to introduce a new system of doing things. A new intro, I should say. A new walk-up animation intro. Alright. It seems pretty similar so far, but it seems very colorful. Alright. Obviously, I would expect a lot of the same for the most part. It's the same general game, really. It's just slightly modified. The X12 seems to be our primary, the Glock 17.
Targets are up. Get to work.
Guns are just lying on the ground, too, now, which is different, I suppose. Before they were kind of... Ow. Oh, fuck. Yeah, before they were kind of suspended. Oh, there he is. Already got ourselves an enemy, which is great. Easy money. That is... Oh. I was about to say, I was like, that is not a, revolver. No, it is not. Hello. Kaboom. It's kind of OP to get that off the bat. Switch to that. Good start there. Normally, okay. For those of you who are unfamiliar, for those of you who haven't watched my Warzone videos, I am not good at Warzone. I'll just make that plain old clear. Warzone was never really my game. Longer range, never hurts. Use more ammunition, though. Ooh. Eh. Single shots aren't really the way to go. Yep, need that. In Warzone. The guns that are usable in Modern Warfare always differ from the guns that are in the base game, are always differ from the ones that are usable in the Battle Royale, because they play totally different. Single shots can be useful, but in terms of a primary, that's not really the goal. They're much better off as a secondary, a marksman. Even then, a lot of the time, they might, you know, you have to land 3 shots, whereas, like, sometimes with something like this, you would only have to land 1, maybe 2, if your first shot wasn't very good. So I've heard that there's now, like, 3 safe zones instead of just 1.
You're losing ground.
Which I suppose is an interesting concept. I don't really want any of that.
Strongholds located. Targets are marked on your attack map.
So yeah, now instead of, you know... Ooh. Yeah, like I would love that normally, but... Oh, you also only can use 2 plates at a time, it looks like. At least by default. Looks like having 3 plates is up to something entirely separate, which is kind of interesting, I suppose.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Hello, is that supposed to be an A-10 Warthog? Okay. It looks similar to Verdansk, although not the same. It's definitely different from Verdansk, but there's definitely some influence there. I suppose a flash grenade wouldn't hurt. Heard that. I gotta remember that I do have scope lens, so if I am doing this, I have to assume that the people can see me just about as well as I can. Hello? Oh, there's a random 4-wheeler parked outside of my house. It just honked for someone. Not me, I don't think. Am I being shot at? Or was that grass? Because my character also shook a little bit. There. So the way you know, it's going to be kind of interesting starting out Warzone without having stuff as built. What in the hell? Because, you know, I was built in Modern Warfare. Because I played the hell out of it early. Although most of my playing was about Season 3, 4, and 5. And it started to kind of dip around Season 5. Try it, you won't. It's like 5 different fucking places that motherfucker could pop out of. Last thing I want to be is unprepared. Oh, let's go. I don't think that was the same player, though. It might have been, but I don't think it was. Nope, it was not. Let me tell you, it was not. I also forgot to armor up, which I'm very good at. Alright, let's see what this process is like.
On the ground!
So, keeping the gulag in action.
This is the Gulag. In here, you fight to win back your life. Gates! Let's go!
They're gonna say that every time. Or maybe they'll cut down the animation.
Fight for your chance to redeploy.
So obviously it's going to be the same process here. The Gulag was a really cool feature when it was first added, and it's definitely become an extremely notable part of the game since it was introduced in Modern Warfare 2019. I'm curious as to how exactly... Okay. Duel. Interesting. Why the hell do they have armor? Why do they armor up the Gulag people? That makes no sense. Let's go. Interesting that in solos, where you are fighting against everybody, you are now fighting against two people with another person who could potentially kill you later on. That's somewhat interesting. And they did reprise the ability to deploy with the same weapon you won the Gulag in, which is sometimes not very convenient because like a green laser is not what you want. Oh, I already have 3. So why can't I carry 3 if I can only equip 1? It seems suboptimal. Perhaps it's not. Get up. Oh, Fennec. This is not also suboptimal. Submachine guns are sometimes the way to go. In very specific instances, they can be the way to go. But for the most part, I really don't like submachine guns in Warzone. Yeah, in Warzone. More use than the rest is. That's a lot better, though. Overall, when it comes to Warzone, I think the weapon selection is, or this game I should say, I think the weapon selection is slightly inferior. Oh. There we go. Oh, hello. I mean, obviously the weapon, you know, I'm still kind of deciding what I think about the weapon selection in this game, I suppose, because by no means is it better. Where does that circle close? Okay, I'm not that far out. I need to start making a fucking run for it if I'm actually gonna get there. I didn't consider that beforehand. Warzone was never my favorite game mode. You probably won't see me on here too often. Because to be honest, this really isn't much different. It's the same general premise, it's just executed slightly differently. It's the same premise. I suppose so is Modern Warfare, so is the multiplayer, but the multiplayer at least is a formula that I like to begin with. No, this is an inferior version of what I already have. Molotov. It will be interesting to kind of see, you know, how am I picking up armor plates? I only have 3. I've already maxed out all my armor plates. Nope, that was definitely not intentional.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located. All stations, the zone break is active.
Uh-oh. So they're bringing that one back. Which honestly I feel like just kind of delays the play of the game, although at least a lot of people just don't wait for the jailbreak for the most part, so it's not too impactful. don't know.
Drop inbound.
Where?
Heads up. Brakes active.
Nice, we're gonna be seeing a lot of people falling from the sky. Once again, it looks like gas is the same circle. I mean, they're not gonna change the whole thing. I feel like that's what DMZ is for. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't actually played it yet, but I feel like that's what it's for. Is that general purpose of just kind of like, you know, they can use that to experiment with some things that are generally based around the Warzone platform. Nope. Nope.
They hit us
Ah,
hard
damn.
that time, but we will settle the score.
Okay. Nice 61st, nice. Even took my AUG. So that's new Warzone. Obviously I got, you know, 61st out of what, is it 150 now? But whatever, dude, you know, who really cares? I've never been very good at Warzone. I would like to investigate new, oh, it also kicks you all the way out now, which is still kind of annoying. Especially because it puts you in Modern Warfare, even if you were playing Battle Royale before. So let's take a look at DMZ. Really quickly, actually, I'm gonna go. Alright, brief intermission. Shit time. And I have returned. Alright. So, Warzone 2.0, this. Insured slot. Contraband stash. Weapon permanently lost if left in DMZ. So I'm not that familiar. But it sounds kind of like a poor man's, what was I gonna say? A poor man's fucking, Tarkov. There we go. I haven't played Tarkov, so I'm not terribly familiar, so it could play entirely different from Tarkov. I don't know. But that's the opinion I get thus far. I don't really know what out of those would be more efficient. I'm not gonna find out to do best, but that'll work. I don't have the modifications to be doing battle royales either yet. Gun screen? The hell is even that? What is that? I don't have one, so I can't investigate. Okay. So we have ones that we can for sure use. This was unavailable for contraband. I've been permanently lost if left in DMZ, so I'm not exactly sure how that works yet. What are we looking at here, though? Why is the demo precision only factory? Why is that? Oh, what is that on? Well, I'm not sure why I didn't look the part. Anyway. Okay. Oh. Contraband. Well, what are we willing to potentially lose? That, I guess. Small backpack. I don't have any keys. Exfil with keys to add to your stash. Okay, so this is definitely a poor man's Tarkov. That could be fun, though. I mean... Alright, let's try it. Okay. Active missions. I get a free M4 if I activate one UAV tower. Al-Qatala informant. Yeah, I'm gonna find and loot 5 loot crates. Caches. Loot 5 items into your backpack. And then use your TAC map to try to ping a contract phone. Find a contract phone and download the intel. Okay. Yeah, that's my loadout. Alright, let's give her a shot. Oh, it's not gonna make... Okay, hold on. So I fell off. I don't like games that I can't play by myself. Especially because no one really has. Because that means that other people are going to be playing a solo. No, I think they probably should in that case. Alright, let's investigate our poor man's Tarkov. I've never played Tarkov. I'm pretty sure it's only on PC, so that would probably be why. Stay on mission. Complete faction missions to unlock exclusive operator skins and blueprint weapons. Gear up to infiltrate strongholds or track down a weapons case for the ultimate reward. Get to exfil, extract before the radiation expands. Secure your gear, or risk it all in a fight for the final exfil. I like that though, because I would suck at normal Tarkov. Tarkov is not a game I would play consistently. Because I am a mid-ass gamer.
Welcome to Al Mazrah. Explore, secure intel, and loot to gain access to new missions. Enemy threat is high, so expect contact.
Alright. We're on the move. We only get one armor plate by standard. This one is interesting, I guess. Fuck. Bad start. Oh, that was an AI. Is it AI? It might be AI. I know. I'm pretty sure Tarkov is a bulk of AI, so that would make sense. Jesus.
Ultra One, activity is increasing near your location. Stay alert.
Okay. This is pretty fun, though. Canned food and imported tea. Oh, yeah. 110%. Poor man's Tarkov. But I like it. Thus far. I'll be having that. Fucking hell. That was not all I meant to do. That was a grave mistake. It's also a lot easier than Warzone. Why? Because I can tell you confidently that this is more kills than I get in an entire session of Warzone. There are a lot of enemies in this fucking area, though. Oh. It's full. I need sniper ammo. Uh-oh.
Be advised, that safe is bringing heat your way. Be ready for a gunfight.
Oh, shit. I didn't think we'd do that. Okay. Never mind. Cancel that idea. Oh, God.
Ultra One, you can locate cash reward contracts on your TAC map.
Okay, it's a little bit laggy, but that's fine. Okay, so there are definitely... Okay, so there are definitely AI. Or sorry, there are definitely actual players. However, a bulk of it does seem to be AI. Which is interesting. Very interesting. Especially because the AI is really easy. How is that?
Ultra One, the safe is open. Secure all contents.
Okay. You got an AK. What are my missions again? Find and loot 5 loot caches. Activate 1 UAV tower. Where is the nearest UAV tower? Well, then also use your tag map and ping a contact phone. That doesn't sound very difficult. I'm really far from the nearest exfil point, though, I tell you what. Oh, also water, aquatic combat is a thing, which is neat. Getting out of dodge there, let me tell you. I had 0 view of that guy. Oh shit. Nice. Fucking A. Oof. Gee.
Ultra One, we're seeing increased activity in the area. Stay sharp.
Fun. I like this. This is definitely a standout. I don't know what the hell that is. That's really cool. I like this. Guess you just kind of loot, get better gear. Next film. This is fun. I like this. I think this will be like a very accessible way for people like me who are bad at video games to get into games like Tarkov or DayZ or those kind of survival games where you can't lose everything. It's like an accessible Rust, which I guess is really what Call of Duty is. It's just accessible versions of other games. There's a lot of enemy activity around there. Seems inaccurate as shit, dude. They are also retarded, but I suppose it's to be expected. Alright, I'm moving in. Once I found out that it's AI instead of a fucking hell. Oh, and it was armored. I was afraid that it was AI instead of a... Obelisk. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Yes. What the hell? I just jumped to the side? That was a new move. Oh, shotgun ammo. Nope, that's not shotgun ammo, is it? I don't know what most of that is. What is all this? Canned food, imported tea, pistol SMG. Yeah, I'll sort that out with the others. Oh. Bigger backpack and a longer ranged weapon would be useful though. Jumpers and a battery. Curious, so you get some like traditional pickup, you know, some like traditional games based around scavenging items, you know, items you would actually find. I don't think I really need food. I don't think there's a hunger or thirst mechanic. If so, I'm replacing that with liquor, obviously. What was that? That's more tea. Never mind. I need to get a lot closer. I cannot fight at those distances. I think I heard an enemy on my flank.
Ultra One, activity has
The animations
increased in
are
the
pretty
area.
good.
Keep
They
your eyes
feel
open.
very different. They feel very different from typical enemies, which I feel like is very entertaining. I suppose that's one way of doing it. Okay. Well, I was a player.
Taking effective fire!
You just immediately put me the fuck down. Of course, these people are dealing in thirds, so maybe I should make a little bit more of an effort to get there quickly. However, that was very fun. Yeah, 34 hour kills. I liked that. That was very fun. That was very new and different. I enjoyed that a lot, I gotta say. So, possibly more to come of that. This was kind of just a review, I suppose, of the new Warzone. So, in review, excuse me, in review, I would say Modern Warfare 2, oh my god. It's not on cooldown. Extract cash values, reduce recovery time. We're gonna look at 119 minutes, so well over an hour. So it looks like it's not quite very replayable, I suppose. Okay. So far, though, DMZ, very fun. Totally different from anything else the Call of Duty's ever put out. Much more fun than the other Warzone secondary game modes like Rebirth or Plunder. Although Plunder I did like for being so replayable. Plunder was something you could just kind of play and play and play. To an extent, it was a decent alternative to the Battle Royale. But this was good. I enjoyed that. Hopefully I'll get to play with some friends, because I feel like that would be really fun. But for now, playing this on our own. Overall, Warzone itself, Warzone 2.0, obviously not very different from Warzone 1.0. It's a little bit different, and I didn't get to play too far into the game, but it seems like for the most part they kind of increase the amount of oh shit. They kind of increase the amount of what am I thinking of? Or, yeah, they increase the amount of safe zones, so it's like 3 safe zones that all constrict on each other, and then eventually constrict into one, which could be a pretty entertaining idea. The new map is fine. Not quite Verdansk, but maybe that's just because I'm not familiar with it yet. I'm excited to see how Warzone ties in with the base game, to see some other smaller maps kind of integrate with it, just like Ground War did. And I didn't play much of any Ground War really, so I didn't get to experience some of the map before this came out. And overall, Warzone 2.0, it's basically just Warzone. Nothing particularly special. Unfortunately, there isn't any Plunder, which would make it a little bit more replayable, in my opinion. It's just Battle Royale, and then Unhinged Battle Royale, whatever that is supposed to mean, but perhaps they'll add something like Plunder later. DMZ, though, really fun. It's pretty blatantly a Tarkov ripoff, but it's executed pretty well, and I feel like it's a lot more accessible than something like Tarkov, even if it's not necessarily terribly replayable. Seeing as your insured weapons have a recovery cooldown. However, it looks like you can, equip weapons like these, which is nice. So, that's nice. And I feel like this is going to be very interesting to see play out. And I'm really interested to see how other people handle that. So, interested to see how this kind of plays out and stuff. But so far, overall thoughts, DMZ, really fun. I'm really excited to play it a little bit more. Warzone 2.0, same old, but it was a working formula. But hopefully a lot of other people enjoy Warzone 2.0 a lot as well. That being said, though, hope y'all did enjoy my review of sorts of the new Warzone 2.0. Y'all have a good one.